Hello everyone, welcome back. So I posted a short on our hydroponic system and there seemed to be a lot of interest. So I'm going to show you what we use to grow our own food here at home under any condition. It's been freezing temperatures outside and we still have nice green veggies that we can eat, sustainable, and it's easy to maintain despite the weather. So one of the things that you're going to need first is a median. The median that we use to grow our hydroponic setup is organic coconut husk. You can pick this up at any regular growing store. You can order it online. It is a little messy once you break it loose and fill the cups, but that is the medium we chose to use. Some people use clay pellets, other people use plastic or foam of some kind. We use the organic coconut husk. I'm going to go ahead and move this off the table. The next thing you're going to need is going to be a good light system. This is the light system that we use. And you can pick these up on Amazon for, I don't know, I think we spent, this is probably about $160 a light. It's a little on the pricier side, but it gives you all the light spectrums that you're going to need in order to grow your vegetables inside. You can go ahead and take a look. Good thing about this is you can daisy chain them all together. You can put them on a timer and they just all go off at the same time, and it's set and forget what's in place. They're pretty sturdy, very well built unit. So this is the system that we use for the ones that we use. They don't produce much heat, which is great. It's a little bit hotter obviously than it would be if all the lights weren't on, but we have 4 running right now and no problem, no significant heat output whatsoever. Next thing you're going to need is a good scale. This scale goes up to like 11 pounds, but more importantly it measures in grams. A little bit of this solution goes a long way, and I'll show you that in a second. But just a nice good scale that you can use for your measurements. You're going to have to decide what type of pot you're going to be using, or netting pot. We use these. They're about 3 inches, and you can cut the holes in the lid with a doorknob hole cutter that you can pick up at the Home Depot. Pretty easy, pretty cheap, and you can pick these up in the hundreds for like 10 bucks. So that's pretty easy way of going. Some people take cups and they cut holes in them, or they use different recycled methods. That seems to be the easiest way for us. Now this container is kind of the tricky one to find. How much you can see it. You'll see an edge of it here. Okay, so this lid was, you can obviously see it was drilled out. We eventually ended up using a frame. You can see the lid here. This is the these little hairs and stuff. This is the cutter kind of just spinning around a little wildly. We built a little, almost like a little jig that would allow to cut it, and then you can see the difference. You get a nice quality hole all the time, and you can easily just put this pot in there. It nests in there perfectly, no issues. I'm going to move this out of the way. This container here, we found it at a butcher supply store online. Some people use these for dishes, but they're mostly used for meat. They're pretty sturdy, nice and hard. They haven't given us any issues, and we've been growing with them for almost 2 years now. and they work just fine. I don't know how they would behave out in the sun, but they're built a lot stronger than some of the other containers out there. Another option would be to perhaps use a Costco container. We used those before, and that container specifically, set that aside, that container specifically shattered in the sun after one growing season, and I'd say even before that, some of them just cracked. The plastic's a little bit thinner. If you were to keep it inside, it would probably work out inside the house, but outside, I don't know. And the good thing about this system, the Kratky method, is that you can grow inside or outside. It's actually purpose designed to grow outside, but in bad inclement weather, you can have it inside the house. For the ingredients, this tiny amount of ingredients will be used to fill up a tub of that size. That portion of ingredients goes for 6 gallons of water. I'm going to show you how we mix that in, make it a little bit easier. But this right here is going to be 14 grams of the Master's Blend, 14 grams of the Cow Neat Blend, and then 7.2 grams of the magnesium. So as far as the blend goes, again, this is Jack's Nutrients. We picked this up in 25-pound bags for relatively cheap for as much as this is going to last. I'd say a 25-pound bag growing at the pace that we're growing would probably go for like 3 or 4 years before you'd have to worry about like picking up some more stuff. One of the bags, the magnesium, we picked up at Costco. It's just the Epsom salt, and it works just fine. For that last recipe I gave you was for tomatoes and peppers. This one is 12 grams of the Master's Blend, which is going to be this blue stuff right here. 12 grams of the Cow Neat, which is calcium and nitrates and all the other stuff. And that's going to be this little pebbly stuff right here. And then this is 6 grams of the magnesium, the Epsom salt. So what we do is we take a 1 gallon jug. This one happens to be a gallon jug of milk. Obviously it's been washed out. Take a funnel and just pour this stuff in it. Right? Make sure it all gets in there. And then we're going to mix this 1 gallon is going to contain our nutrients, and then we'll just put an additional 5 gallons into the container. It's a hot mess if you try to mix in the nutrients in the container, let's say to avoid this step. Much easier to just put the water in here and then put it inside the container itself. So you just got to shake it vigorously, it'll work out good. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that off camera, and then I'll bring you back for the next step. Okay, so the water's been filled. The basket is just touching at the bottom. What you want to do is when you fill that water up, you want the basket, you can see how damp it is right here. You want it to barely be touching on the bottom. Okay, you don't want it to get waterlogged. Right, so these obviously we germinated and we grew, and now we're going to take them from these little grow trays into the actual basket where we're going to put them into the hydroponic system. This is what the coconut husk looks like. So you can see that's pretty much like dirt. Okay, so when you fill it in there, it's going to be loosely fit. It's designed to hold the plant in place. That's the same stuff that we grew it in. So we're going to gently pull these out. Alright, so I'm going to try to massage one of these guys out. I'm going to do one at a time. I give it a little squeeze on the outside of it so it loosens up. And then I'm going to bring it down over onto my hand. You don't want to upset it because you don't want to mess up the roots. You want it to come out. Okay, give it a little tap. Okay, just goes loosening up some of it. Don't want to pull it. Just take your time. This part's vital here. There we go. coming out. Okay. I want to put the rest of this here. There we go. So now you see those little white roots. You don't want that to get damaged, so you're going to just gently allow this to come down. Put it right in that bucket. You see these little white roots? This is what you want right here. That's the... Without that, all this is useless. Slowly, there you go. You want to just break up that compact dirt, but you don't want to pull on the plant, so you just want it to just come off pretty organically. There we go. There we go. So you can see that this is a pretty delicate process. It takes a little bit of time, but it's well worth it. Once you get this part done, everything else is pretty much set and forget. Alright, you don't want to lose that clump there. That weight will just rip those roots right off if you allow it to. So we're just going to go slowly and slowly start picking it. I like to use one of these just a regular little kitchen knife. Help me just kind of separate some stuff. A little butter knife. Slowly pick it apart, almost like a surgeon. A little plant surgery here. Just clean it up. We got to remember some of these fibers are from the coconut husk, and some of it is the white ones are obviously from your plant. It looks about right there. What you want is to be able to expose the bottom of these roots. You see how these roots are dangling down? This is the important part right here. You need to get these roots through the bottom of this tray, so they're just coming out of here. Okay? They're going to seek water. As the plant consumes the water, these roots will continue to grow, and eventually they'll intertwine inside these baskets. Okay, so I'm going to go real soft in here. Okay, see it's still there. Let's see if we can get them through here. I'm going to try to slowly get these guys in here. It's not wanting to go. You can use that knife again. Actually, got some of that dirt out there. There we go. I'm going to use this bad boy to just get some of these roots in there. There we go. Nice and gentle. You don't want to rush it. That's a long one right there. That one right there. You definitely want to get that through that. Don't want to cut it. Just want to get it through. And then pull it through the other side. Really nice and soft. Nice and softly. There we go. There we go. You see how your roots are coming through right here? That's what you want, okay? I'm going to go ahead and take care of the rest of these, and I'll fast forward it so you don't have to sit here this entire time, and then when I get to the portion of filling it in, I'll bring you back. Alright, so here we are. If you look at the bottom, I've pulled out all these roots. I did lose a tiny little root, but that's alright, that's not going to hurt any. But you don't want to be losing too many of those. So now with this, we're going to put about, I'm going to say close to an inch of dirt in here for this plant. It's a little bit bigger and it'll be able to hold it up. Okay? And by dirt I mean this coconut husk. You're not going to pack it in. We're just going to go around it nice and softly, making sure that the plant is still good to go. I'll bring it back up. There we go. Don't need to pack it in. Just around here. Alright, give it a little shake right there. Okay. There you go. It's nice and firm. I'm going to take this over to the planter box or the hydroponic box right now, and then I'll take care of the rest of these. And we'll bring you back when it's all done. Here we go, guys. Just want to show you this. We got 2 little plants here. We've been really soft with it. And now, boom. We got 2 plants ready to go. Alright, I'm going to stay on it. You see this, guys? Sometimes you go through the plants and the roots haven't developed right. These guys are still too small to get anything really out of them. I'm going to put them back into that seeding tray and then keep growing them. I have a couple other plants on standby that I can use to take the spot of these 2. But that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose some. Look at that. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Look at that root system. Beautiful. Alright, here we go, guys. Again, 2 plants here. These are kale. Extremely hardy. Look at that root system. That's great. We're going to gently come down. We already have some of these roots here. We're going to go where the roots are at. Slowly pull on them. Alright. You want just that dirt to fall off. Come and manipulate some of the dirt that's still there. I mean coconut husk that's still there. So loosen it up and slowly pull. Nothing hard. See how it keeps coming out? There you go. Boom. Voila. Look at that. Those are great roots. This one more than the other, but still. That's the finished product, guys. Soon to look like that. Look at that right here. Oh man. Alright, guys, so from start to finish it looks like that was about 19 minutes. Little time consuming, but guess what? The benefit of it is that you're going to have fresh veggies. In this case, most of that was kale during the winter time. I have a kale plant that I've been harvesting from since June, and we're in February now. So you can get a lot out of these plants. And then once they grow too big for your indoor system, you can put them outside, and kale will maintain its integrity through winter, despite the fact it might not grow much out, but it'll survive. And then once the spring comes, it'll start producing again. So let me know what you think. Give us a thumbs up if you like the content. Give us a subscribe if you want to see more of this same content. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad news.